Hey everyone, welcome back to Collecting Nolan. This is Russ, and today is another Sensational Set Sunday. And today we'll be talking about the 1985 Topps set, which might be home to one of the rarest Nolan Ryan cards ever. So stick around, we'll talk about that. So let's go ahead and get started and look at some Nolans. So today, in addition to the 1985 Topps, I'm also going to talk about the 1985 O-Pee-Chee cards because they're basically the same cards. So starting off with the O-Pee-Chee cards is this guy, the 1985 O-Pee-Chee Nolan Ryan number 63. You can see it has, up in the top, it has the yellow box with O-Pee-Chee in it. And O-Pee-Chee was basically a 396 card set. So this was one of the years where it was not a parallel set, meaning parallel sets are, sets where card number 1 in the top set's card number 1 in the O-Pee-Chee set, and card number 65 in the top set's card number 65 in the O-Pee-Chee set. This is not one of those sets. So there's less cards, and O-Pee-Chee cards tended to focus more on teams from Canada. So you could buy these cards in 7-card packs that include a poster and a stick of gum for 35 cents. So that's a freaking deal to me. But here's the back of the O-Pee-Chee. So on the back of the O-Pee-Chee, you can notice that it has Nolan's stats and his biographical information printed like on a cream background. Also down here, you got stuff in French, and it says it's printed in Canada. Whereas if you look at the Topps card, we'll start off from the front. So Pee-Chee on the right, Topps on the left. So Pee-Chee is the top in the top there, Topps on the top there. And then on the back, you can tell that the Pee-Chee has a much brighter background with the cream background versus the brown, kind of hard reading tan cardboard background of the Topps. And also Topps has a different card number on it. It's number 760. But those are the differences essentially. Now, on top of the O-Pee-Chee cards, O-Pee-Chee also offered stickers, which I don't have the O-Pee-Chee sticker, but I do have the Topps sticker, and it probably looks a lot like this. I assume that it's the same picture, but I don't have it, so I can't confirm, but I'm pretty sure it does look like this. But the O-Pee-Chee stickers was a 260 sticker set, and they're distributed in packs of 5 for 25 cents, so even bigger of a deal. So pretty cool. And then there's that. Okay, so after the O-Pee-Chee, let's move on to the Topps set. So the Topps started out with the Record Breaker set. Why am I saying Record Breaker set? Record Breaker card number 7. And this record breaker talks about Nolan breaking Steve Carlton to become the all-time greatest strikeout leader. So at 3,874 strikeouts, Nolan surpassed Steve Carlton. Here's number 7 back. And then following that card is the Topps number 760. Which I don't know how you guys feel, but I absolutely love the photography on this card. It's a great pose of Nolan. So I'm a big fan of the 1985 set, mostly because of that card. I mean, this one's fine too. It just looks a little, I don't know, to me it looks a little blurry, but I'm not a photographer, so I'm not going to judge. But still, a great card. and it captures a great moment for Nolan, so I don't have a problem with it. But the Topps was a 792 card set, and it was actually the first set since 1974 that Topps offered a factory set. So you could get all the 1985 Topps cards in a factory set. But they also came in 15 card wax packs that sold for 35 cents. You could also get them in 25 card cello packs that sold for 59 cents. And then you could get them also in rack packs of 48 cards for, I think, I don't remember the price. But they also came in 500 card vending boxes. So those were the different ways of picking up the Topps cards. And those are super cheap prices. Unlike today, which, I've said before and I'll say it again, it's getting to be kind of ridiculous to buy packs of anything anymore. But so on top of the regular cards, though, Topps also offered what they called rub downs. So basically, these are kind of like stickers or even like tattoos, more so, where if you took a hard object to the back of these and rubbed around on the pictures, you would transfer that image onto whatever you're rubbing it on. So I know kids often use these as like tattoos, or they put them on their on their parents' furniture and stuff like that. I myself don't remember these. I mean, I was only 4 at the time 1985 Topps came out, so I don't recall seeing these, but I did have things like this when I was a kid that you could rub the back of and it would, transfer the object on. I always thought that was cool. But here's the back. And these came in like packs of 2. And there are 32 sheets of 132 different players. But I think the players were never mixed up. They were always the same 3 players on the card. So these came in packs of 2, and I like these. I think they're cool. It just reminds me of like my childhood. Those, I don't even remember. I think they were like some sort of cartoon thing. I can't remember specifically, but I do remember rubbing that stuff, rubbing the backs of the cards and having that image transfer on there. Probably onto something that I wasn't supposed to. So, cool stuff there. But on top of that, they also again offered the stickers, and the stickers were, 260 total card stickers. And I just showed this because the O-Pee-Chee looks similar, but probably has a bunch of French on the back. But you can buy these like in 5 card wax packs for 25 cents, so you got a pretty good deal. But I don't know, like on the back of these has a bonus offer where if you collected 50 of these baseballs and sent in $2, you could get a poster of your favorite team. And then also, if you collected 100 of these baseballs and then sent in $3, they would give you an autographed baseball of your team. That sounds like a good deal to me, but I just wonder if the autographs were real or not, facsimile, who knows. But have any of you guys ever sent in from one of these? I never had in my childhood. I kind of just ignored these things, but I probably shouldn't have, because it sounds like you could get some pretty good stuff for pretty cheap. Of course, back then, like when I was a kid, like $2 or $3, that was like a third of your allowance for me anyway. I mean, I didn't get a lot of money for my allowance, so it was just kind of out of reach, and I always just got what I could get. So if I could get away with a pack of baseball cards, then that's what I got. Okay, so in addition to the regular cards, Topps again issued a Tiffany set, which was the second year for Tiffany cards. And if you remember, Tiffany's were only distributed to the hobby distributors, and they only came in sets. They didn't come in individual cards. But this is the first one, and you can tell the difference here. Let me go back. So So you got the Tiffany. Here's the Tiffany, and then this is the Topps regular. So the Tiffany kind of has like a more, and I don't know if this is due to age or if this is just the way the card was, but it kind of has a more cream colored border, whereas this one's more stark white. But the real difference is on the back, because kind of like the O-Pee-Chees, it has a much whiter background, but also the green is much more vibrant and bright. And whenever you handle these cards, guys, like the card stock is just a little bit, I guess I could say thicker, but it's not like really, it's not too much thicker, but you can just tell the difference. Like there's just I don't know, you just have to hold it in your hands and you will know what I'm talking about. But I mean, this is the big difference here. So there's that Tiffany, and then they also had the other Tiffany card, which is right here. And then here's the Topps. So again, the cream color border of the Tiffany versus the more stark white of the regular Topps here. And then the back, much brighter green coming from the Tiffany, as well as an easier to read background than the regular Topps. So I prefer the Tiffany cards because they're just easier to read for me in my old age. But okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this mythical rare Nolan Ryan card. So back in 1985, and I'm getting this information from tcdb.com. So apparently in 1985, Topps commissioned O-Pee-Chee to make miniature cards, kind of like the 1975 Topps set. So O-Pee-Chee was commissioned to make miniature cards of this card, and I don't know if it's just this card, but this is the only one I've seen that's a mini, and I think this is the only one where the mini does exist. So the story is that 130 sheets of these mini cards got exposed to the wild, we'll say, by one of the employees at O-Pee-Chee. So 130 sheets with 132 cards per sheet were leaked out into the public. On top of that, there was also 10, I guess what they're describing is closer to this vanilla bean cream back, only it was blank. It was a blank back sheet. So there was 10 of those sheets. And then they also had 5 of the regular blank back tan cardboard sheets. So blanks of that. So less than 100 of every card is known to exist, and I've seen one, but not in person. I saw it on Facebook. One of the people in the Nolan Ryan Collectors Club showed a picture of it, and when I saw it, my jaw dropped to the floor because I didn't think I'd ever see one like that someone actually had. So they do exist. I've seen the unicorn, but I mean, this is truly one of the more rarest of rare cards out there. Like it might even be more rare than the Venezuelan Nolan Ryan rookie card. I don't know about if you guys go back and look at my when I covered the years of Nolan, his 1960 the 1970 set had this, I want to say it was like a cloth card of some sort that was very rare. There was only 9 of those, I think, or something goofy like that. So it's not that rare, but it's getting up there as one of those more rare cards that just are very hard to find. So I think I saw one on eBay maybe a couple years back, and I think it sold for over $5,000. So right now, I'm going to say that one's out of reach for me. I wish you guys luck. If you can afford that, you should find it and go get it immediately because it's an awesome thing to have. But I don't have it, but it looks exactly like this, only it's probably the 1975 Topps mini size, I would assume. But that is one of the more rare cards. So I wish I had that, man. I really wish I did, but I don't. Anyway, let's move on to something a little bit more common. And by when I mean a little bit more common, I mean a lot more common. So in 1985, Topps also distributed this card at Woolworth stores, and I don't know if Woolworths was a regional store or not, but there was a few Woolworths up by me. When I was a kid, I remember going to them quite often. And I do remember, I don't know if it was just Woolworth or if it was a Hills or whatever, but I do remember like seeing baseball cards there. But, again, when I was 4, I don't know if it was when I was 4 years old that I saw it, but this is the card that they offered. And this came in a set of 44 cards in a blue box. So it was only available in the box of cards. But Nolan was number 32. And, it just talks about his stats there. And, I think it's a simple yet awesome card. It's going for that. I guess they're trying to go for the wooden border, but kind of like in a playish manner. Like it's not to be taken too seriously as a wooden border, but it's like a plaque of Nolan, and that's cool by me. I don't know if they were trying to make it look fake. I don't know. But I like his card. It's cool. And then finally, for the final card, if you guys remember from the 1984 Topps, when we talked about that one, Topps had a giant 5x7, and this is what they had in 1985. There was only 60 cards in this Topps 5x7 set, and Nolan's number 23. I'm not going to take this off because it's really hard to get it back in that. But it looks exactly like the back of the regular card, only I'll have number 23. But I enjoy these oversized cards. It's just something different, and I think that's why I like the 85 Topps, because it offers just so many different cards and stickers and series. So you got the regular size cards, you got the Tiffany, you got the stickers, you got the mini card if you're so lucky to have ever found one of those, and then you have like the giant super card, which I'm a fan of. So I enjoyed the 1985 Topps set. Let me know what you guys think of the 1985 Topps. It's probably one of my favorites from the 80s. But I just want to thank you guys for watching, and leave your likes and comments below, and I'll see you at the next one. Thanks. Bye.